Hello, guys. Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing, everybody? We are here. We are live. It is me, she, her. We're back again. I was here earlier this morning for Card Chronicles, but we are yet here again. We are yet here again. Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, Melody McFadden, my mod. Hello, Special K. Hello, Tamara Morgan. Says blessings, Caramel. Thank you. Tasha Rains. Hello, Immaculate Davis. T Sharp. Latoya. Well, Latanya. I'm sorry. Latanya Gibson, KBR. McMain Event. Hello. J. Kira. Louisiana Chick. Hi. Essence Tender One. Shirley Terry. What is that? JAWMS. Hello. Hope Cunning. I cannot see that, y'all. Cunnington. Y'all know I can't see good. Hello, ZZZ, Demeter Joe, Pamela, C. Lewis, Alicia Triplet. Hi, Barbara Williams, Yvonne Harris, Marsha Phillips, Lisa's World. Hi. Hello, Pamela. All right, let's get into it. I'm not going to be on long. I wanted to pop in and kind of give you guys some tea that I did not want to go to sleep on tonight, because when I saw this, I was just like, if y'all saw the description, then you already know what we're going to be talking about in this particular video, okay? Yeah, I ran across some stuff. I was like, I gotta talk about this. But raw, let's get on into this thing, because baby, I said, Lord, All right, give me 1 second. All right, my apologies, guys. Give me a second, because I was trying to hurry up and get this together. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're gonna start. Okay, so if y'all saw the if you guys saw the description, as you know, we're going to be talking about where fans have been talking about and asking Carlos King about firing Melody and Martel from the show because they are no longer married. Now, if y'all saw the reunion, or if you guys watched the review, you saw where we talked about where Carlos was saying to Destiny that she don't have a love interest and she's not in love, and fans were saying that they wanted her to be fired from the show. So yeah, at the end of the day, a lot of fans took that to heart, and they were saying, well, Melody and Martel, they aren't married anymore, so why do they get to stay on the show, since they really don't have, a relationship, and they're not in love as well. So I wanted to kind of go over some things that I kind of came across, and we're going to talk about it. All right. I don't know who these people are, but at the end of the day, I don't know I don't know what world y'all came from, but the show is Melody's show. So why would she be fired for doing what she's supposed to do? She has been very transparent, and she has shown her life and shown very dark moments of her life on this show that she really did not have to show. I think she's been the most transparent than anyone else on the damn show. The Scotts have been very, very secretive about what's been going on in their life since season 1. They've been lying about their marriage being so perfect. And then we have to wait till the reunion of season 5 to find out that there are ass shots and other pictures and inappropriate behaviors that have been occurring in their marriage. And at the end of the day, I feel like if anybody needs to go, it should be their asses. Like, you guys cannot continue to play in the viewer's face and stay on the show and receive a check and continue to use Melody for a storyline, as we continue to say. And it's just on period. It's just on period. It's just on period. We got to call a spade, okay? Yeah. We're going to talk about this bullshit, because when I saw this, I was like, what? So Carlos King, honey. Carlos King is responding to fans reaching out. They've been tweeting, and they have also been messaging him asking that Martel and Mel be fired from Love and Marriage Huntsville because they are no longer in a relationship and are married. Carlos says that Melody and Martel would not be fired because they've been too transparent on the show, which we've seen that. We know that at the end of the damn day. Okay. All right. So let me read to you guys what was said here. All right, so it says that Carlos King says that Melody Cherie and Martel Holt have been too transparent to be fired. All right. So it says that Carlos says that I saw some people tweet tonight. It says, well, Melody don't have it either, meaning a relationship. It says, let me tell y'all something. This is me keeping it real. This is what Carlos had to say. All right. It says that he continues, says the show was called Love and Marriage Huntsville. He said, let me back up. The show is called Love and Marriage because of the Holts and the Scotts. He says, and the Scotts 2.0, which y'all know is Kimmy and Maurice. It says that Melody doesn't have to be in love for the rest of her life because at the end of the day, this show got jumped off because of that story. That's the one thing I can agree with him. Okay. So Carlos also goes on to say that when Martel and Melody got a divorce, it says that Martel called me and said, am I off the show now? And it says, he said, and I said, why would you be off the show? He said, because ain't that what happens when people get divorced? It says that the men that they leave or they get fired. He said, and I said, no, we want to follow the continuation of your real life. And that's what I meant by that. Okay. He also gave the other hold on. My screen keeps jumping. He says he also gave the other original 6 cast members their props for their contributions to the show's successful foundation. He says, so I was not trying to be shaded towards Destiny. He said it was more so Melody and Martel can be single until the end of time. They started the foundation along with Marceau, Kimmy, Tisha, and Maurice. And at the end of the day, if you want to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, DC, or any city God, he said, or any city God blesses us with, you're going to have to follow the same narrative of you have to do whatever it takes to give your real life. He says, because that's the only way you're going to have staying power on the show. What do y'all think about that? That's Carlos King speaking in terms of what viewers and tweeters and everybody else have been saying about Melody and Martel needing to get off the show, that they should be fired from the show because they don't feel like it's fair that Destiny has to leave or that Destiny is asked to not be on the show because she's not showing her real life and or being transparent when he just said, and I just read it verbatim, that he feels like that Melody and Martel don't have to be married because Melody pitched the show. This was her show. He tried to throw in there that along with the Scotts. I don't feel like it was no along with the Scotts. Melody asked the Scotts to be on the show in addition to she and Martel pitching the show and being on the show because Carlos King said in the beginning that he did not just want Mel and Martel to do the show, to go and get some of his friends or some of her friends to be on the show to create the show and to build around Melody and Martel for ratings. Okay, he didn't feel like the show would be strong enough with just having the two of them. He wanted to see a dynamic of couples coming together. Hence the reason she chose Marceau and Tisha and Kimmy and Maurice around her and Martel to have this dynamic of the 6, as they call them. Okay. So Carlos says that people tweeted him and messaged him saying Mel and Martel aren't married. Either they should go to, in response to Destiny being told that she wasn't given anything on the show because she's not married or in love, and she is not. I feel like this whole boyfriend that she's trying to say she has, this Moses dude, I feel like that's something that she's holding on to keep her spot on the show, honestly. That's what I feel like, because you're not talking about him. You're not bringing him on the show, just like they said at the reunion. Kimmy told Destiny as well, you're not bringing anything to the show. You're not speaking about your life. And it's not fair that we have to continue to show deep, dark secrets of our life. And you don't show anything. You're riding off the back of everybody else. You continue to pick fights with Melody. You continue to be in Melody and Martel's business to divert from talking about what is really going on in your life, which is nothing. So at the end of the day, if you don't have shit going on in your life, please get off the show. Bottom line, Carlos is saying, if you're not going to be transparent on this show, and that goes for the Scotts as well, you cannot continue to sit here and play in everybody's face about your marriage being so perfect. Y'all going on these damn fake dates. Y'all sitting here acting like y'all so perfect when in reality, you guys are just as flawed as the next person. You guys are just as flawed as Melody and Martel's marriage was. So cut it out. Show that on the show or get y'all asses off as well. Yeah, show that on the show. Show your imperfections or get off the show. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has a perfect marriage. No one. It's impossible unless you are Jesus Christ out this biatch. And the last time I checked, he was up there. Now I know, Tisha, you got props and you got Muppets, baby, but you don't have no wings, baby, to be flying up anywhere. So at the end of the day, your marriage, baby, and I'm sorry to want to break it to you, it is not perfect. If you got to be going through your husband's phone, and I'm going to say it again, if you got to keep checking through his phone, looking for biatches and thoughts and everybody else, honey, holes in all these area codes, baby, your marriage is not perfect. That is what needs to be shown on the show, because people watch the show to get inspiration. People are going through real life situations where they can watch this show and use your situation as a roadmap to get out of their situation. Hence the reason Melody is the fan favorite, because she's the most transparent. Women are able to look at her life and see what she's gone through, and are able to use that as a roadmap for their own situations and how to get out of it. So if you're not going to be transparent and show these things, you should not be on a platform such as this. If it's embarrassing to you, like Kimmy said to Destiny, this is not the place for you. This is not the platform for you. Go home and continue to live your fake life and get out of everybody's face. We all know that you're broke. We all know that you ain't got shit going on over there. You continue to take us over there to bedrock. We are tired of the lies on this damn show. If you cannot be transparent, please move around. Gather your belongings and move around. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Everybody is using Melody for a storyline, and enough is a damn enough. Then you got fans calling and saying they feel that Melody should be kicked off the show. It's her show. How you gonna kick the boss off the show? It's her show. Everybody is building their storylines around this girl. Nobody has anything authentic going on in their life where they can stand alone. If Melody and Martel walked away from the show, as much as I don't like Martel, the viewers like tuning in to watch the dynamic between the two of them. Martel ain't got shit going on. Hence the reason he keeps using Melody as a storyline as well. Okay? And I just got to call a spade a damn spade. I just got to call it a spade. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Nobody is tuning in to see Scott Manor. Nobody is tuning in to see Tisha and Marceau sit at Black on a fake date. We don't care. But we will watch Melody doing the things that she is doing. We will watch her check Martel. We will let her know no. We will watch her tell Martel, no, you can't come in my house. We will watch that dynamic because it's real. We know the two of them have actually gone through a divorce. We know that the two of them are actually at odds. We know that the two of them actually have children they're trying to co-parent. This man has her in court. These are things that she's sharing. It's personal things. These are things that hurt her deeply. So if she can reach down and tell these things that are just so hurtful to her that she would love to keep private in her life, and go through these things behind closed doors where she has been laying on her face and crying about it. If she can get on national television and talk about these things, then Scott, y'all asses can get on there and talk about your husband is out here doing what he's doing, and that can help somebody. We don't care about the lies anymore. It's becoming too much. Everybody is using her. Everybody is using Mel to get a check and for storylines. Tisha want to sit up there and do this shit here. Clap. You been checking for me. What is there to check for? What is there to check for? She already dropped that zero, baby. And from what we hear, she got a hero. So what is she checking for as it relates to you and your husband? Because the last time we checked, y'all ain't got shit going on. She ain't checking for no $5 million lawsuit. She ain't checking for somebody to keep going out there to bedrock, baby, with all the lions, tigers, and bears. She ain't checking for that. She ain't checking for people lying, sitting on lives, talking about their car was stolen when it was repoed. She ain't checking for somebody saying their marriage is perfect and your husband got a legion of thoughts in his phone. She done been through that. Been there, done that. Bought a damn t-shirt and we done with that. That's pretty much where she is with that. Okay? So then Wanda claims that the viewers tune in to see her because she keeps the ratings up. In what world do you live in, ma'am? Hello, this is Earth. Welcome back to Earth, Wanda. Hello, this is Earth. Welcome back. Wanda, welcome back to Earth. This is Earth. We are people. Okay? I know they have aliens up there. Thank you for coming back down to Earth, Wanda. In what world do you come from where you think that you keep some ratings up? What are you doing to keep some ratings up? Because the last time I checked, you've been picking beefs, fake beefs with Melody for screen time and for storylines as well. And the show have been going very well, might I say, since your ass haven't been shown since the Madonna incident. We haven't seen or heard from you since Madonna, and the show ratings have continued to climb. Okay? We haven't seen you since Madonna. The last time we saw you, you were sitting up there at the reunion looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy with a full-fledged mustache. You ain't shaved since Madonna. Okay? Period. You haven't shaved since Madonna. We done talked about it. Okay? You haven't shaved, Wanda, since the Madonna incident. You ain't have time for nothing else. Okay? You ain't have time for nothing else. So what world do you come from where you think you running something besides your mouth? Wanda, you don't run nothing but your mouth, ma'am. Okay? The show has pulled high ratings since you've been gone, dear. She stayed lying too. Let me play y'all a clip that I found. I said, y'all not gonna keep playing in my damn face. Let me show y'all this clip. Shout out to Love Marriage Huntsville. How she set her ass up here. Her thick Michelin built bodied ass. Okay. And I ain't even come on here to read tonight, but it's just to share all the audacity. People just y'all need to pipe it down. Like, shut what they call the hell up, baby. Top lip, meet bottom lip. Come together and shut the F up. That's where I'm at. Look at this.
I got this chopper. I said, boy, me talking to him now. I said, boy, shut up. You ain't got no chopper. You ain't got nothing. Nobody ain't talking about all that mess. This me talking to him on my live. I said, shut the F up. That's what I told him. I said, shut the F up. Nobody ain't talking to you about no chopping and all this with him. But anyway, to go back to the event, she was doing all that talking on her live.
Shout out to shout out to Love Marriage Huntsville.
What is all this threatening? What kind of problem that you having with me? And I said to her, I said, no, he don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with you. And she said, well, what problem do you have with me? I said, because the stuff that you were saying on your show about Tisha baby daddy. I said, I have a problem with it. And I said, whatever I have a problem with, he got some problem with it. And she was like, well, I'm just sitting there rapping straight. I said, well, I don't want to talk to you. I said, I talked to your mom. And her mama was standing, oh, she got it. Okay. I said, well, okay, then let's go. Since she got it. I said, well, what's the problem is? What up? What's up? And that's how it all started, right there. And she knows exactly how it started. She came over to me. She didn't never say one word that, okay, well, this right here, I have a problem with, Miss Wanda. I want to talk to you about you saying something about my child. And if she ever came to me like that, Carlos, I promise you, I never thought once I was talking about her child. I basically was talking about her baby daddy.
But you did say in the episode, though, that...
I know I did that out there, but I'm talking about on my live.
Okay.
On my live, that's what she came to front me. She didn't know I said all this. Nobody else didn't know all this stuff I said until they seen the show. I was pissed off mad then. I was pissed off. She was like, well, what you got to say about, what you got to say? I never called her child name.
Shout out to Love Marriage Huntsville.
She don't want to talk civilized to me. So now I'm getting mad. What you got to say about Sugar Mom? Then I said, well, go find your baby daddy. And then that's when she started looking at my tail. Here he go right here. Here he go right here. I said, well, go tell him to take a blood test.
Lies. That's not how it went down, because I actually saw the live. Okay. And when a person, and we already said, when a person tell you they got choppers for you, we already know what that means. And I already said, you ain't got to be from the hood. You ain't got to have ever lived in the hood to know that. That is a threat, Wanda. That is why you are not being shown on the show as regularly or anymore right now, because of your mouth. You are a bully, ma'am. You are a bully. You are a bully. You are a bully. Sorry, y'all. You are a bully. You're a full-fledged bully, ma'am. So how in the hell do you sit there and try to justify what you said about this woman? Once again, you picking fake beef to be trying to piggyback off Melody for screen time and for a check. If you don't like her, then why you want to be on her show? Same thing with the Scotts. You don't see it for Melody. You don't care about Melody. You always saying she lying and don't hold no accountability for anything. Then why you want to be on her show? Why do you want to be around her? Why do you want to film scenes with her? You know why? Because y'all asses is broken. You need a check. Okay, that's why. That's why. Period. So then Martel, like I said, was scared that he was going to be fired after Mel divorced him. All right. And then, like I said earlier, where he called Carlos to ask if he still had a job, because the show, we already know that's all he has. Love and Marriage Huntsville is all he has. He's not about to go out here and get his builder's license because he can't pass it. He don't have any outside gigs and no jobs. Everything else that he's tried to do since then has failed. We haven't heard nothing else about this wine. So once Love and Marriage Huntsville is gone, what is he going to be doing? How is he going to support himself and help Melody with these children? And I feel like the only reason that Melody is really trying to film scenes with him is so that he can have financials to help her do what needs to be done when the kids have to go and stay with him. Because she's tired of doing it all. She's already paying for their private school. She's already paying for their, everything pretty much. She's paying for everything pretty much. So, yeah, she's going to bite her tongue and swallow her pride and film scenes with him, even though she don't want to see his ass after everything that he's put her through. So now he's using her as a means to stay on the show. He don't have a storyline. He does not have a storyline, and he does not give anything to the show. Okay? Unless he's filming with Melody. That's why he continues to start stuff with her. That's why he come to the house and act like he's so mad he want to come in the house, knowing your ass ain't never been in the house. But you're going to use that as a moment to be able to film with her and get screen time. It's all fake beef. We see through it. All right. So then Carlos tried giving Martel scenes, like I said, like the scene with him and Mel Nika, where it came out that he slept with Mel Nika. Not that we really cared, because we already know that he's a hoe out here. Okay, Martel, we already know you're a hoe. So we didn't really need to see you in no scene out there acting like you had a builder's license, like you getting ready to be building, because we ain't heard nothing else about that plot of land that you was building nothing on when Mel Nika was out there. We ain't heard nothing else about it. Hence, that's the reason we said that Carlos King is trying to give you some scenes out here, and it was all fake. Everybody knows you cannot be out here building on your own without no builder's license. Okay, we already know that. All right. So then Martel, he films with Destiny and be messy with her, which then gives her screen time as well. Okay. So then Martel, he goes and he constantly be going at Melody and picking fights with her. And then he also went on this trip with Melody to Destin, Florida. That was another check for him. And he still didn't know how to act when his ass got there. But at the end of the day, you still used her for screen time and a check. What does Martel bring to the show without filming with Melody? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What does he bring to this show? That's why he was nervous about being fired, because he knows he don't bring nothing to the show unless, and he was probably nervous that Mel would not film with him after she divorced him, because she had already took everything away. She dissolved all the businesses that they had together, including the comeback group. So he was left with nothing, to the point to where he had to file for bankruptcy. So at the end of the day, he was scared and went to Carlos because he knew he didn't have no job. He didn't have nothing going on outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. He wanted to make sure that his spot was secure on this show, because he is broke. That's what his problem is. Martel is broke. And he knows that even outside of him talking junk to Melody and about her and siding with the Scotts and trying to use everybody against her, he really need her. Low key. Ain't nobody want to see him in no scenes with the Scotts. We don't care to see him with the Scotts. But we will watch him in a scene with Melody because it's Melody. And he knows that. So then Melody was saying at the reunion that they, meaning the cast, y'all know, that they continue piggybacking and using her as their storyline, which they do. All right. I'm going to do a little rundown of some things that I've scoped out. Tisha and Marceau, when they were sitting in the bedroom and Marceau was sitting back on the bed, they used that opportunity when they asked it should have been up cleaning up that nasty ass bedroom with shit hanging all over the door. Tisha had pocketbooks hanging on the back of the door, clothes stacked up in the corner of the bedroom, okay, stuff all over the place. Instead of you up cleaning up that nasty ass house where you don't call the cameras to come over there and film y'all asses, you laid back and sitting back on the bed, Tisha, with your skin looking like an oatmeal pie out here. Okay, you should have been in there putting on some 7th Avenue. Yeah, I'm gonna read that ass today. That's what you should have been doing. But you found that time to be talking about Melody. You know why? Because the viewers want to hear and or see anything as it relates to Melody. So you use that opportunity as your storyline, like you try to say on the reunion that you don't need her for that because Melody is checking for you. When in reality, ma'am, you were checking for her. Because her name was in your mouth, where you keep everything else in your mouth. Yes, I said it. I'm going to say it again. You had Melody's name in your mouth. You too, Marceau. Mr. IG thought, where you keep everything else in your mouth. Okay? Her name should never be in your mouth where you keep everything else. And I'm going to try to keep it clean over here. Yes, I said it. Okay? We'll use another scenario. Marceau calling Melody to Black to talk for camera time during the scene when he and Tisha were on a fake date. You don't like her. She don't take accountability. So why are you calling her to Black for a meeting if she takes no accountability? Why are you sitting there and giving her a whole stare down for a good 30 seconds before you open your mouth after your wife done left up out of there mad because you done interrupted y'all fake date to have y'all arch enemy coming up over there for you to have a full-fledged conversation with her at Black? You don't see it for her, but you call her to your business to sit down and film with her. Because y'all don't get paid unless you make appearances. Okay? And you know that even Melody knew it was bullshit. She was like, why am I here? You don't call me any other time. We don't talk. You don't ever come to my house. I don't ever invite you anywhere. Why am I here? It was so random and out of the blue. We see you. Moving on. Tisha and Destiny pretending to like Melody's hair. No, Tisha and Destin in Destin, Florida. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tisha, when they went to Destin, Florida, when Melody was on vacation with Martel and the kids, Tisha went there pretending that she liked Melody's hair, giving all these compliments, sat down, acting like she was trying to be cordial, like her and Melody was just the best friends that you've ever seen in this world, honey. They best friends, honey. Like they ain't had no issues. Tisha want to sit there, ask Mel a whole series of questions, smiling in her face, okay, trying to get that camera time. Now y'all know for those two, there was two episodes where it was just Mel and Martel. Out of the blue, here come the Scots. They were like, "Oh, y'all ain't filmed us in two episodes now. We got to get some camera time. What better way to do that? Let me call Martel because y'all know he's the way in. Martel, y'all know he stays finagling with the Scots. Okay, he stays flip-flopping. He is the common denominator for the bullshit. He is the reason why the Scots treat Melody the way that they do because he allow it. He go back and tell them stuff and talk against her to them. So, but what better way to get in there and get to film a scene with Melody on her vacation that his ass got there and was invited on for free than through Martel? Melody was pissed about that. Melody was pissed about that. I was pissed about it. Hell, it wasn't even my vacation. I was mad about it. I was like, the audacity of you to invite somebody when your tight ass was invited yourself. You ain't brought nothing but them funky ass skunk loafers on the trip. Okay? You ain't paid for no food. Melody paid for pizza and wings. You ain't chipped in. We ain't seen you pull your wallet out not one time. What's in your wallet? Not a damn thing. And you brought your drunk ass mama too. And you brought your drunk ass mama as well. Freeloaders. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody freeloading now. All right. So Tisha and Marceau, let's give you another scenario. Tisha and Marceau sitting at Black, talking about Melody. Like I said, on a fake date, while Tisha sitting there crying about Melody whenever Marceau brought up the fact that Tisha was jealous of Melody. She couldn't even stay. She couldn't even look at him because she was crying. She was disgusted. She said out of her own mouth, "Oh, I can't be cordial with someone who is my enemy." But you sat right there on her vacation and wanted to talk and film with her so that you could get some screen time. So now all of a sudden, I don't see it for her. I don't like her. I can't be cordial with her. I can't be around her. Oh, why? Because you're getting your screen time now. So now you mad that Melody about to come and get some more screen time on your screen time. And you got to leave. You got to leave. You can't be there. Because the boss is in town. You can't be in the same room with the boss because you know you're not going to get no attention when she's in the room. And that's just facts on facts. And we'll stack another fact on top of that. When Melody's in the room, we already said it. When Melody show up, she owns it, Tisha. When you show up, you just show up. And that's just facts. Catch that, T. So then Destiny calling Mel. Let's do another scenario. I'm just throw out some scenarios where everybody is using this woman, but you want her to be fired from the show. Okay? Ain't nothing ticking or talking unless she on the show, and y'all already know it. So all these haters out here who are saying this woman should be fired from her own show because she brings nothing to the show because she decided to divorce a sorry ass man who continued to cheat on her and mistreat her for years. Y'all, I don't know what y'all smoking and or drinking. Like, y'all lay off the mollies, like for real. Somebody, y'all stop popping mollies for real, because y'all on something out here. I don't know what you on. I don't know what you on. I don't know what kind of trees you smoking, but yeah. So then Destiny calls Mel to her photo shoot. All right. After the peace party. Y'all remember that. All right. Y'all remember when Destiny calls Mel to her peace party. Now, granted, they had already had their falling out. They were not on speaking terms. Destiny even went as far as throwing subliminals and throwing shade and giving Melody these little looks while they're at the peace party. She ain't see it for her. So then you use the opportune time after the peace party to be calling her to come to your photo shoot when you know she ain't so much as checking for you or that ugly ass duck dress that you had on, ma'am. You was standing up there looking like Big Bird with your feathers falling off your dress. And Melody had to come up and through there and tell you how to do that thing because you didn't know what your ass was doing up there. Okay, you standing up there stiff as a 2x4 trying to be modeling and you didn't know what you were doing. So you had to use your arch enemy, honey, to come up and through there and help you film a scene and or tell you how you need to stand and tell you how to put your leg out, honey, just so you can look like someone on your own damn pictures. Yeah, she done gave this woman attitude, but then you get on the scene with her and want to sit there and do these fake tears because she tell you, as she continued to tell you, that she don't see it for you and don't want to be friends with you because she don't trust you. But you use that as an opportunity to get a scene. Because your ass won't be in scene. Catch that T. You want to use Melody for a scene because you weren't being seen. Yeah. You had no intentions on being friends with her. Or calling a truce with Melody. But you used her to get a paid scene. Then you turn around and invite Tisha to go out to lunch just to sit there and throw subliminals and shade at Melody. The same person you just got done asking to come over there and want to call a truce and tell her, if I see you out in public, we can speak. I don't have nothing against you. But then you turn around and invite Tisha with her slow ass, with her thick tongue, with her perfect marriage to come out to lunch with you just so you can sit up and talk about the boss. The same one that just gave you a scene so you can get a check. So you can get your lights back on for the next month. Because your ass was sitting over there with glow-in-the-dark pajamas on in the dark. Because they done came and cut your shit off again. Okay? After she done gave you $6,000 to catch your shit up. What you do with the money, girl? Same thing you probably did with that purse. We'll talk about it later. All right, let's talk about Martel, honey, how he uses Melody. Martel uses Melody as a means to throw up their marriage that has been over for the past 2 years now. You use the opportunity to throw up your divorce and your marriage in her face and continue to beg her to come back to you. But then when she call you out on camera to tell the world that you continue to beg her to be back in her presence and back in her life, then you're embarrassed, and as a man in your ego, you don't want to admit it. Then you get mad and you want to leave, but then you want to come back and you were so happy to show up on a free trip to be around her just to ask her if you could be back in her life again. You want to show her pictures in the phone of what y'all used to be. You want to sleep on the same floor with her. You want to be around her. She had to tell you to get out of her bedroom because you're standing there with hearts in your eyes when you didn't have that when you had her. We already said it. Back then, you didn't want me. Now I'm hiding you all on me. You didn't want her back then. You wanted everybody else. You wanted everybody else. You was on your Chris Brown. You want to be with you and her and her and her and you and her and her. You was with you and her and her. Yes, honey. Another round of hoes, if you will. You was with you and her and her and her and her and her and her and her. All them. You had a legion of hoes when you was with her. You won't think about her. Now that she's done signed that divorce paper, you need a scene now. Oh, I love my wife. I thought we would never end. We should be together. We were beautiful together. Were you? It was beautiful for you to cheat on this woman after she begged you over and over and was going to even try to work it out with you after a certain time of you cheating on her for 12 years? You a fool. You fumbled that bag, bro. You fumbled that. Because she was going to stay with you at one point after she had sugar mama. Well, before she had sugar mama. She was going to try to work that thing out with you. But you had to go up. You had to keep on your bullshit. And now that she made up her mind to go on and leave your ass, y'all already know the story. I ain't even got to go back. All right. Another thing, Martel is using his mother to film with Melody, okay, after she's talked mess about her for a scene and for a check. Okay, she sat there as Melody invited her to come out to lunch. Marlene, baby, the drinking machine, sat there and ate, baby, like it was the Last Supper. She ate like she hadn't had nothing to eat all week. Now, we know you've been cleaning toilets. You're a janitor out here, honey. So we know you probably ain't had nothing but 3 Vienna sausages all day to eat. And you done came up in here, baby, with your 1989 sundress on, baby, and your little your little rainbow slides, baby. You done came up in there, honey, with your dry braids, and you done glided up in there, honey, to get that free meal off Mel. And then you're going to sit there and tell her in her face that she ain't done nothing and she won't do nothing in the marriage. And that you was working your post-son to death, and you were about to kill my son. He was working too hard. He was just doing too much. Really? Because the only work that he was working was them hips. So I could see how that could be a little tiring for him. I could see how that could be tiring. Yeah. I could see how that could be a little tiring for him. But in terms of work, you don't have anything to show for except a bastard child, sir. I'm going to say it right here. Y'all know I keep it raw over here. You don't have anything to show for in the marriage, sir, since you were doing all this work except for a bastard child. Your wife, on the other hand, have businesses that are thriving. So who was doing all the work? I'll wait. Like Ariane said, been that bitch. I'll wait. Guess who been that bitch? Not you, but it was Melody, because you was eating off her as well. Ariane, if you watching my channel, just as everyone else was. Okay. Yeah. Being, that's past tense. You weren't even a bitch back then. Past, present, or future. Okay. Yeah. Catch that. We walking heavy in here today, y'all. Yeah, so let's keep going. So the Scotts, okay? The Scotts all came to Mel's album release party. Let's go there. That's another scenario. They came to Mel's album release party throwing shade. All right? But y'all asses, y'all didn't, hey, you don't see it for her. I didn't see y'all leaving, but y'all stayed there to get that camera time and that check, though, didn't you? I didn't see y'all getting in the car, peeling out, and say, you know what, I don't really feel it for Mel like that. I'm going to go on and leave. But your ass to stay there to get that scene and that check because you wanted to be seen. Let's go and keep going. All right. So like I said, the viewers want Melody to be fired because she chose peace over confusion. All right. And you think that the show will go on without her. How? How? It's like a car with no tires. Where you going? You can crank that bitch up all day and you can hit the gas, but you ain't going nowhere. Love and Marriage Huntsville ain't going nowhere. Melody is the tires on the vehicle, baby, that is taking this show where it needs to go. And I don't know why people don't understand that. Because she chose to detach herself from Martel. That is why the Scotts are upset, because when Melody detached herself from Martel, it's like she ripped the whole blanket off of everybody. And now y'all asses got to either sink or swim. And that's just what it is. That is just what it is. Martel, he was so busy running around trying to be friends with everybody and trying to connect everybody to Melody like he did with the comeback group. Or let's back it up, like he did with the Scotts when their asses had nothing. He came to Melody and said, hey, Mel, let's help the Scotts. They don't have nothing. Marceau don't have a job. He's working down there at the movie theater, and they're struggling. So she reached down in her heart of hearts to help these sorry ass people that had nothing, and y'all turned around and gave her y'all ass to kiss. So now that she's pulled the cover off y'all ass and ripped the rug from up under you, now you mad because she will not allow you to continue to ride on her coattails. That is why they're really mad. And Martel, once again, you are the middleman in the bullshit. You are. He is. Period. Big dot. That part. Wanda, your favorite word. That part right there. That part right there. That's your word, Wanda. So Carlos is beating a dead horse to death, baby. While he's steady talking about this comeback group BS, or the six, as they call it, okay? As he likes to call it. Trying to reunite friendships because people have gone too far. The Scotts, y'all went too far. Tisha, you went too far. Destiny, you have gone too far. Kimmy, you continue to take sides with the ops. You minute you male friend, the next you over here with the Scotts. And I get it, you married to Maurice, and you guys are supposed to, be ride or die. I get that. But as a woman, as a person who you say that Melody has been there for you several times, even when you were sick, how she was coming over, bringing you food and everything like that. To me, that's a friend you want to keep. Because I didn't hear you not one time say that Tisha brought you nothing. I didn't hear you say one time Tisha brought you no food. Tisha came over there to check on you. Like I've been seeing online where Kimmy would post something and Tisha would go under there and comment, and Kimmy would skip right over Tisha's comment like she don't even see it and be talking to other people in the chat. She don't see it for Tisha. She's already said on national television that if she was not married into the family to being a Scott, that she would not even fool with Tisha. So she don't even see it for her. So your own sister-in-law don't fool with you. So what you think anybody else want to do? I mean, I'm just saying. Your own sister-in-law already said she don't see it for you. She wouldn't fool with you if she was not married to Maurice. That speaks volumes. So if she can see it, then there's something there. Your own husband got to go 16 hours away from your ass. That speaks volumes to the type of bitch you are. And I don't like to call a woman that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We got to call a spade in here. And that's just what it is. The person who you're supposed to be one with don't want to be around you and got to get far away from you 16 hours away to go to a whole nother continent. That speaks volumes to the type of person you are, ma'am. I'm just saying. So Melody stepped back from the comeback group, okay? Melody steps back from the comeback group. Why couldn't the Scotts and Martel continue the comeback group themselves? You know why? Because Melody was running things. Melody was pulling things. She was keeping it together. She had the business, propositions, putting them out there, bringing the business in, bringing the money in. She was footing the bill for most of these contracts. Thank you so much, Black Joy Well. Thank you. Okay. Melody was pulling the group. Melody had the money. Melody was the face for it. Okay. Yeah. Martel was pretty much riding on whatever Melody said because he did not know anything about business. We already knew that. Hence the reason Melody was doing everything with Holt and Holt. It was no different with the comeback group, which is why he was so upset with Melody at the reunion when she said that she did not want to be in the comeback group and she did not want to deal with them anymore because that was the only thing he had going on. He was banking on being rich and coming up off the whole comeback group deal. So when Melody said she did not want to do it, that's why all of them were mad because they knew they could not do it without her. They knew they could not be successful in the comeback group or do any type of business as it related to them as a whole without her. So with her dropping out of it, why didn't you guys, if y'all are millionaires, why did you guys not continue the comeback group on your own without her? That's my question. Why you didn't just do it without her? Continue. If y'all are so successful, y'all running $1 million businesses, y'all are so rich, y'all got all these millions of $17 million in the bank, why not put some of that $17 million towards the comeback group and continue the business and let it continue to thrive like it was doing when Melody was over it? That's my question. Okay. So the Scotts are mad at Melody because she stepped back from the comeback group because they could no longer pretend to contribute. Okay, and use Melody for connections and financial gain and look at their business. All right, look at their business. Look at their business. Look at Schultz. Look at Schultz. Look at Black. And then we find out that they're not even the only owners of Black. Okay, while they're out here saying, "Oh, we're businesses. We're business people. We're business people." Well, you got to have other people co-sign on your business. You're not the only owners of Black. We're finding out. And then you had to get showed by way of somebody else. So it doesn't look like you're out here making any moves on your own. And I see somebody saying in the chat with the lawsuit, look at this lawsuit y'all got. My question is this too. When Melody was over the comeback group, or in the comeback group rather, was the comeback group ever sued for any type of business ventures or any type of businesses that they were involved in? No. But your businesses, Scott's, they were and they are. So that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes, okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so then also, I wanted to also say that Marceau and Tisha, all right, they sat back, letting Melody do the talking, okay, and then had the nerve to plot against her, all right, and badmouth her after she divorced Martel because, like I said, that cut them off as well, all right? Melody had to dissolve all of the business connections as it related to Martel, which that also cut off business connections with them. That is why they are mad with her. Hence, I mentioned the 47 acres. That is why Melody was like, checkmate, bitch. Yeah, 47 acres. I got that. I done went out here and renewed these business licenses, these contracting licenses. Guess what? These builders license. Guess what? I'm getting ready to make some moves, and they're mad because they cannot be attached to that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So that leaves the Scotts, Martel, Ariane, Wanda, Marlene, the drinking machine. Okay. That means that y'all asses are not eating off her anymore. That's what that means. Destiny as well. We throw her ass in there too. That means y'all not eating off her anymore. All right. Yeah. Mel was playing spades while they were playing Uno. All right. And ever since Melody stopped fooling with y'all asses, y'all been steady drawing cards. Okay. Yeah, y'all steady trying to play Uno. She's playing spades, but y'all steady drawing cards playing Uno. Okay. And in the end, y'all asses lost because you wound up with all the cards. Melody left y'all holding all the cards. All right. While she's out here making business moves. All right. In the end, she done did a whole reverse on y'all ass. She done threw that draw 4 on y'all ass. Okay. And y'all sitting there looking stupid. And then she done threw a whole spade on top of that bitch. So she done took, like I done said before, she done took y'all book. Y'all sitting there looking crazy. And that's why y'all can sit at the reunion and look mad and be coming for her. And Marceau says she holds no accountability. No, you don't know how to play the game, sir. You don't know how to play the game. You so busy sitting back throwing subliminals and cracking jokes that you ain't playing the game. You don't know how to play the game. You're doing too much of this and not enough of this. When you think you know everything, when you're talking, you're not listening. And that's the problem that I have with the Scott brothers. Y'all asses talk too much, okay? You could take a page out of her book and learn how to keep your businesses progressing and moving somewhere. But you can't do that when you think your asses know everything. And that's the problem with them. They think they know everything. A person that feels like they know everything, you can't tell them nothing, will not go far in life. Everybody has to keep their mouth shut at some point in life and learn from someone else. Nobody knows everything. Hence the reason your asses have to go to school. Tisha, thank you for going and getting all these degrees, but you still don't know nothing. You still don't know nothing. You sitting at home with 3 degrees and still dumb as all them rocks that's out there on bedrock. You know why? Because you are attached to someone who you are unequally yoked to, who will not allow you to be who you're supposed to be. And you blame that on Melody when that's not her fault. She tried to tell you how to get out that situation. She tried to tell you from the beginning, if you want to know what's going on with your husband, pull up to the bar. She tried to tell you that. So now you want to sit on the reunion and sit here and defend him and say that you found pictures in his phone and try to, brush over the fact that that's cheating. You're saying you haven't been privy to or experienced that type of behavior that Melody experienced with Martel, when in fact you have. If your husband is looking at nude pictures in his phone, or other women are sending nude pictures to your husband in his phone, ma'am, and I'm going to say it again, if he have not already tapped that, he's planning to. He has entertained that. Him entertaining other women is cheating. You don't necessarily have to touch a person to have cheated with this person. It's emotionally cheating. There's a certain thing called emotionally cheating. And I'll throw something else at you. Once your mind is gone, everything else is gone. Once that woman get in that man's mind and she turned his mind, that's it. He ain't thinking about you no more. If she's doing what she's doing just right, he ain't thinking about you and what you offering him no more, because his mind is on what she's doing over him, what she's giving him, because that appeases him more than what you're giving him at home. So if you're okay with other women sending your husband all of these pictures and doing all the things that he's doing behind closed doors, ma'am, on his, I'm going to say his private phone, because I said it earlier this morning. It's 2 phones. I got 2 phones. Y'all know the song. He got 2 phones on you, bitch. You are sitting back. You are sitting back condoning behaviors that are not normal, dear. But then you turn around and blame Melody when she's giving you the roadmap. All you got to do is walk out the door. And I don't like to tell somebody to leave, because you got kids. Yes, you do. But if you want to stay in a toxic situation, baby, continue to do that. But do not blame somebody else for your marriage, as you called it, for the issues in your marriage. I'm saying again, yeah, he got 2 phones, baby. He got 2 phones. And until you take, and like you said, she don't take accountability, you don't take accountability. Scots don't take accountability. They don't. They will argue you down when you try to call them out on something. We've seen it so many times. Marceau especially. He takes no accountability, but he stays doing the most on the show. He stays doing the most. And I blame Martel, because he's the glue between all of this mess and everybody that continues to disrespect this woman. And at the end of the day, if anybody needs to go, it should be him, because he brings nothing to the show. Honestly, Martel brings nothing. He's a hanger-oner. And I know that's not a word. He's a scrub. Martel brings nothing to the show. But because he was married to Melody, that is what's keeping him on the show. And it's unfair for viewers to sit there and take that energy and put it towards saying Melody should be gone when she's doing the most. She has shown the most progression since season 1 than anyone on the show. And that is a fact. That is a fact. And not because I'm a millimeter. That's facts. This woman has shown the most progression more than anybody on this damn show. And that is a fact. Y'all can go back and look. Season 1, go look at where she was then versus where she is now. Look at the Scots as to where they were then. The only progression that Tisha has made since season 1 is that she got a Brazilian butt lift, a tummy tuck, had her boobs fixed. That is it. You are still jealous of other women. You still not working. You still sitting at home frying bacon all damn day. You still in denial over your marriage. You still living this fake life. I have not seen no progression. None. None. Scots, y'all asses is being sued. Y'all still ain't doing nothing with your businesses. You keep saying that Black is getting ready to be in 3 other states. How? When you are not successful where you are. We keep saying it. You gonna do something. You gonna do something. So you throw shade at the person that's doing it? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Hell, I'm going to be a millionaire one day. I ain't there yet. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of shit that I ain't doing yet. I'm striving to get there, but there's a difference between doing it and gonna do it. Give credit to the person that's doing it. Don't be mad and hating. Give credit to the one that's doing it. Their asses ain't doing nothing. And you're mad because she superseded where y'all expected her ass to be at this moment. And that's what it is. So do I feel like she should be ejected from this show? I do not, because she is the show. This is her show. She pitched the show. It was her idea. And had she not asked them to be on the show, we wouldn't even know who they were. We don't want to know who they are, to be honest. And I keep saying Carlos needs to do a recast for this whole entire damn show around Melody. He needs to do a whole recast. Honestly, but Carlos, he has favorites on the show. He's so involved with this show and trying to get them back together to be friends. And that's just not going to happen. This woman just sat there on the stage and told you never, ever will she ever be friends with them again. Does she ever even want to film with their asses? So it don't matter how many emergency meetings that you call Carlos to be trying to get them back together and make them film together. Melody is not checking for them anymore because they've gone too far. Wanda, you have gone too far. When you put your hands on this woman, you've gone too far. So she is not getting ready to be sitting down trying to be filming with you and giving you screen time to ride off her back to get a check. No more. She is done with that. She's done with that. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. I wanted to bring that up. When I saw that, I said, oh, we got to talk about that. We have got to talk about that. I cannot go to bed and put my head on the pillow tonight without talking about that. Because, baby, that was just so, I don't know who these people are that's going back telling Carlos that Melody needs to be gone, or that Melody and Martel, really Martel should just go. Martel should just go. Like I said, he ain't doing nothing. He sat there on the stage and said, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get my builder's. I'm not really focused on my builder's license. The only thing I'm focused on is 100% time with my children. So you don't want to progress anywhere in life. You don't want to go anywhere in life. You just want to sit there and get your kids every other week while everybody else is out here creating wealth. You're sitting back and wreaking havoc and harassing Mel while everybody else is creating wealth. So in my opinion, that's who needs to be going. If anybody gets fired, it should be Martel. But he's not going to fire Martel because, like I said, Carlos has his favorites of who he likes and who he would like to see on the show, because he thinks in his heart of hearts that Martel is helping drive the show with Melody. Okay. Melody got a whole new man now. We would like to see her, if and when she's ready, introduce her new man maybe to the show. That would bring some very good ratings. We don't need Martel on there after that. For what? Melody don't want to film with him after that. To me, I think that would bring great ratings to the show. If and when she's ready to introduce whoever it is that she's dating, and I'm happy for her. That would be great to see how this person commingles with her and her kids. She says she's been going on vacations. Let's see that. Let's see that. That would be something that would be great television, to see how she's gone from being in an abusive situation to now being in a happy situation to where she's thriving and creating businesses and being successful. I think, to me, that would be a great storyline. But we'll see what it gives. Thank you guys for joining my live tonight. I really didn't mean to be on this long. I wanted to pop in and pop out. But thank y'all for joining. We're going to get out of here. We do have Car Chronicles in the morning, so I will see you guys then. Thank you, mods, for being here. I think I saw Aunt Ann. Thank you for being here as well, ma'am. If we have any other content creators in the building, thank you guys for being here as well. Also, if you did not like and or subscribe to this channel, please go ahead and like the video as well. We got 897. Oh, y'all showing out. Thank y'all for being in here and spending time with me. I see 500 likes. Let's go ahead and get those likes on up. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit it on your way out. Thank y'all for joining, and goodbye.